Today we're joined in the studio by Vijay Kumar, Dean of Engineering at the University of Pennsylvania, who's going to talk to us about the NSF ERVA project. Hi, Vijay.
Nathan, thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about ERVA?
Sure. Well, first of all, ERVA stands for Engineering Research Visioning Alliance. Why does NSF need something like this? Well, I don't think I am saying anything new when I say that the world's grand challenges will be solved by engineers through engineering methodologies, by building engineering systems. And we live in a rapidly changing technological landscape. So engineering is evolving very rapidly, and what the world needs is also changing quite rapidly. So it makes sense for NSF to have an impartial body that's the liaisoning with the experts in academia and industry and other walks of life to help NSF understand where it needs to go in terms of addressing challenges.
How or why does NSF need this type of activity? Why is it necessary outside of normal funding paths?
So Nathan, if you look at some of the challenges we have today in engineering and technology development, a lot of it is done by academics like myself and universities like mine. But of course, we're just one of the players. We connect to industry. Industry consumes the talent we produce. And then, of course, society is a major stakeholders. So in terms of thinking about the engineering enterprise, the education, the research, and then the commercialization, there are many, many aspects to engineering and the mission of National Science Foundation. So that's why NSF wanted to have something like ERVA with sort of membership that represents academia, represents industry, and represents other stakeholders.
A number of people engaged with ASCE are part of ERVA. How is that important for the ASCE-ERVA connection?
Well, ASCE is represented in the ERVA governance model through two mechanisms. So first, ERVA has an advisory board, and the advisory board provides high-level vision and guidance to the executive committee that runs ERVA. So they connect with the executive committee twice a year. Their guidance is at a high level. At a slightly lower level, we have a standing council, and I represent ASW, the engineering deans, in that standing council. So ERVA views the Standing Council as an intellectual brain trust. And so they are using the Standing Council to better understand how to communicate with all the stakeholders, how to get input from all stakeholders in the best possible way, and engage the stakeholders. And when I say stakeholders, I mean universities, industry, and of course, society.
NSF says ERVA should have membership representation of academic, industrial, and other stakeholders and should be inclusive of all engineering disciplines. Can you talk about that importance a little bit?
Nathan, I think inclusivity is key. And the reason is, if you think about these big challenges that confront us as a society, the grand challenges, they don't come packaged neatly in individual disciplines. So 100 years ago, that was just fine. We could just represent engineering in terms of individual professional societies. Today, the grand challenges are spread across engineering. And again, if you just look at the way scientists and technologies are now communicating directly to society, that has also become an important part of what we do as engineers. So it's very important that we be inclusive. It's also important that we reach out to engineers from all possible disciplines. And that's why having an organization like ASW is so important to ERVA's success.
Thank you, Vijay. I appreciate your input today.
Of course, Nathan, it was such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.